Oops. Shit. Definitely. Definitely. Hey, welcome back.
Hello?
Alright, well. I just jumped straight into Luigi's Mansion. I figured, got a few people watching, so I might as well. And the way I look at it, get a couple games knocked out in one night, so I'll be able to complain about that, and then I'll be able to move on to maybe Resident Evil game or something in a day or two. What? I didn't say... Well, I guess you guys are getting a couple hours out of this. Jordan, you dumbass, you didn't fucking save on the last stream. Fuck! Oh boy. Of course I'd do something like that. Yeah, you definitely do. Other than the first little part, you're gonna get all of this in one go. I can't believe I fucking did that. Oh, well, I guess, you'll see for yourself how to get past it then. You little shit. That was a pretty good gift to get. I got this for Christmas, Christ. I think when I was 10 years old. This one still kind of trips me up a little bit. I'm pretty sure you just can't look at them and while still spinning around on this. on, get in the corner. Yeah, one go. Yeah, they definitely can be. I mean, they've been getting up in price too a little bit. Certain ones like the Fire Emblem game. Christ, gonna pay like 150 Canadian easily over here. Yeah, and that's why I'm actually kind of lucky that I still have all my GameCube games, because when I moved to Alberta, Christ, it was like 11 years ago now, I had to leave a bunch of my old systems behind, and, well, they got lost. They were having stored at my cousin's house. They went bankrupt, and then they couldn't get access to their stuff anymore, so whoever got into that house after that happened, they got a really good score, because I had Genesis, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Gear, Nintendo, and a lot of good games on it. Yeah, I was definitely a Nintendo kid growing up, too. I mean, it had Sega, but obviously they kind of tapered off after the Genesis, so I wouldn't really get into Sega that much until Sonic came to the GameCube, and wouldn't really get into the PlayStation until the PS3. I got a PlayStation 2, I think a year or so after the PlayStation 3 came out. So the only other time I really played was with, well, speaking of my cousin, he and she had one, so I was able to play certain games like GTA San Andreas and a couple others on that system, but I pretty much had to, I stuck with it in Nintendo. Kind of tapered up the Wii a little bit, but the Wii U, I got a lot of mileage out of that one. And same's going with the Switch so far. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I mean, we get to see, like, people our age got to see kind of the transition, and it's, when you really think about it, the 90s had a lot of big things come out during that time, like 3D gaming, Pokemon, the PlayStation. Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, most, well, I shouldn't say most, but compared to a lot of PS1 games, it, go back. A lot of them are capable of standing the test of time. Not to say that not all PlayStation 1 games don't, but it's kind of hard for me to say since I've never really had PlayStation growing up, so I don't know what games age gracefully or not. Alright, so now this is actually boo hunting. I don't mind it at the beginning, but once you get later into the game, it becomes a royal fucking pain in the ass. Because their health might be 30s and 50s right now. When they start getting into the 200s and 300s, they become a pain in the ass because they can rune hop. then if they hop into a room that you can't get into, well then you're really fucked for a little while. Nope. You bang on the door, but not the thing I want you to. Nice going, Luigi.
Mario.
Well, the nice thing is that you don't have to get every boo in the game. But if you want to go for that A rank, you kind of want to, because once you collect all 50 of them, you get... yeah, you get one of the best gems in the game, which is like $20 million dollars, so... Oh, you sneaky little fucker, you almost went in there. But I feel you on that. I don't mind collectathons or collecting stuff as long as there's something that makes it worth going after, but like a perfect example was Assassin's Creed 3. That game had so much collectible stuff, but it was just... That game broke me, because I used to be into collecting trophies at the time, but trying to collect all the stuff on that game and trying to get all the trophies, never again, and I stopped doing trophy hunting after that because it just wasn't worth it. Burned me right out because everything you did in that game amounted to practically nothing. So that's the whole thing. Like for me, I don't mind them as long as they're worth going for. Like if you get something out of it, then I'll gladly do it. But if it's just for the sake of doing it, then yeah, no thanks.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny, kind of speaking about collectibles, it's actually... I probably should have tried to do it, but I'm kind of a greedy bitch when it comes to the money in this game. But it's actually, I guess it's been proven that it's actually harder to go for a bad ranking run on this game. Because you get thrown with so much money, which means you gotta avoid every amount of coin as possible, and I guess outside of a certain gem and maybe something else, it's actually pretty hard. I tried it once and not an easy task. Yeah, I like the Banjo-Kazooie games too. I'm probably one of the few who will admit I enjoyed the Donkey Kong 64 one, too. It's actually my favorite out of all of them. For the N64 era, I mean. No! Fly back in there. Good. Now scaring him off into a room you can't get into. Yeah, I've done, well, I obviously had to do it twice for my review back a couple of years ago, 100% it. But I've beaten Donkey Kong 64 probably more times than I want to admit. But the bad doesn't outweigh the good, so I get into it. For the 100 bananas, or the 100 golden bananas and banana fairies and stuff, personally, considering some of the bullshit you gotta go through, I wouldn't recommend doing all of the, like, trying to 100% it, because it'll drive you fucking mad. But that's only because there's certain golden bananas that are, well, they're crap. And of course, getting that Nintendo coin can be torture if you're not used to playing Donkey Kong's, the original arcade version. That was actually the thing that prevented me from fucking completing the game for the longest time before I lost my expansion pack, which prevented me from beating it even longer. But sooner or later I got to it, and the reason why I say it's not worth 100%ing for is because the only thing you unlock is just extra cutscenes at the end. But I've already talked about all of that in an episode, so I won't dwell on it too much here.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah, you gotta light all the candles in here because you'll get a key. Yep, there we go. Well, believe me, after playing through it twice, just for that review, because oh, there you go. Get over here. Because I originally recorded all the footage once, but then, like, a week before it was announced coming to the Virtual Console on the Wii U, that's when I completed the original run. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Because I was a stickler and wanted good footage, not the 240p or whatever my N64 would output at the time. Well, made myself go through it twice. That I would probably never do again. If I beat it once on the original, recorded the footage once, that's all I'm doing. Okay, where am I going? Oh. To him. Oh, I'm sure I'll play it again, it's just... I mean, you could get burnt out trying to 101% it on one playthrough and doing it back-to-back twice. Yeah, you're like, I'm kinda done with this game for a while. And I'm good for a couple of years. Talk about totally failing that one, eh, pink guy? Well, yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, despite the bullshit, I did feel accomplished the first time I 100% the game. I mean, for how many years it took me after all the shit I had to get through to do it, it felt really good to 100% that game. All the time losing my mind on shit like Beaver Bother and... But... like I said, that's pretty much like just a once or twice a year type of game for me now. Oh, good, I got you on the first time. Oh, fuck yeah, the zombies, the little zombie things, yeah. That was a pain in the ass. Where'd he go? Okay, I guess he's, got the fire extinguished. That's another game that was, I feel, worth 100% completing. It's funny trying to think on the fly of a good game to 100% complete. Well, Mario Galaxy, I'd say the first one is a pretty cool way to 100% in a sense. You get Luigi to play as, and that's always a fun time, because Luigi's better than Mario. Just saying. Oh, you fucker. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, it was the Wii period, and especially after you got over the novelty of motion controls, it was something that could be overlooked. I was one of them at first. I bought the game when it came out, but I also got it at the time when I got my PlayStation 3, and that kind of took over things for me for a little while. But I did eventually come back to it, and did end up 100%ing both of them. And to me, they're pretty fun games. I think if any game gets a remake for the Switch, I think the Galaxy games would be perfect for it. No, you don't have to burn them entirely. Once you get their element taken care of, you don't have to worry about it anymore. maybe you can suck them up this way, but I was just being greedy about it. I liked it a lot. It's hard for me to really say if I liked it more. Let me think about that. Because there was one thing, like, it was really cool to be able to do, like, the kind of go at your own pace collectathon thing again, but it's also kind of one of the most linear 3D Marios in the sense of level progression, since while you can go after the moons at your own pace and your own style, the levels, on the other hand, going from level to level, to me that kind of limits the replayability a little bit, where you're not going to come back to it and get too much of a different experience each time, where something like, say, Mario 64 Sunshine, where you can go about it any way you want. To a degree, anyway.
Oh yeah.
But I still played the game a ton. Like, I loved Super Mario Odyssey. In terms of the Wii, I appreciate it a bit more now. But even still, it's... the Wii is one of those things where you're gonna have only a certain amount of titles, and that's all you're gonna need for it. Like, I don't see myself... Where am I going? I don't see myself picking up too many more, Wii titles, but... the titles that I do have, I really like them.
Oh yeah.
And as for the Wii U, I mean... That's what I forgot. I forgot to grab that stupid key. I already did grab it. What the hell am I doing? Being a dummy, that's what I'm doing. Breath of the Wild, I actually enjoyed quite a bit. I still have to finish it. But from what I played of it so far, it's definitely one of my favorites, but granted, I haven't really played too many Zelda games where I beat them. Other than Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, that's the only ones I've beaten. With, still gotta get around to completing Majora's Mask. I did it again, where I'll start a Zelda game, a 3D one, and then get so far and then take a break and then just unfortunately never come back. I'll get around to it sooner or later, though. Because I know that's one of the live streams I gotta do. Finishes, Majora's Mask. Okay, what's this one? Yeah, I've heard good things about, Twilight Princess as well. I'll probably have to pick that one up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely not getting it. Why are you taking a corner, you little... Come on. Come on. Wow, I actually got that all in one go. Holy shit. Oh yeah, and I beat, like, Between Worlds. I keep forgetting that I beat that one.
Mario! Oh yeah.
I like the 3D effect too. It's when it's actually used. But it, the 3D effect, depending on the game, it can be kind of annoying, especially if you gotta move the 3DS around a bit. But for the most part, I enjoy it. That's why if I ever get a new 3DS, I won't pick up a new 2DS, I'll go straight to the 3DS one, because I like the 3D effect. Alright, well, here's our first optional ghost. First things first.
Oh yeah.
Blue ghost. That. Light them up. Actually suck in his food. Take them out. Still refill them. What? Okay. Seriously? Yeah, the games still look good. I like the novelty of it. Like I said, it depends on some games. It's, if it's... because you gotta move the 3DS around, it starts blurring your vision. I mean, that's no good, but... like games like, the Metroid 2 remake, that game's, 3D, looked really good on, in my opinion. Still was a beautiful looking game even without it, too. Dummy. First, of course, while I'm live streaming, I'll get hit. Any other time, I'll be able to never get hit by this boss. Come on. Oh, almost. Still got the big gem, so I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another system I'm glad I picked up. I got the 3DS day one, though. That kind of taught me a lesson. To basically, unless there's a game or a couple games you know for sure that you're going to play a lot of at first, I don't think I'll ever pick up a new system on launch day ever again. So I bought that original 3DS day one, and I got Rayman 2 with it. But after I beat Rayman 2, and it took me like 1 day to go through it, that thing collected dust until I got Mercenaries 3D for it. Oh! Wrong button. Suck these up so they don't have to bother you when you're going after the ghost. Yeah, Omega Ruby and Sapphire were really good. When it comes to Pokemon, my favorite is actually Platinum. Might be because that was the one that got me kind of back into the series. Although I kind of never really left since I always had Leaf Green on me over the years. Never played Gen 2 until, well, Heart Gold. Pretty much as a kid I had Pokemon Red and then upgraded to Yellow. And then kind of fell out of the fad of Pokemon for a little bit since that was really big for the first couple of years. Pokemania and that. Obviously, I mean, I don't know how it was with you guys growing up, but for me, it was... First it was Pokemon, then Digimon for a little bit, and then Dragon Ball Z kind of took over the schoolyard's lives and stuff. But, yeah, when I finally got into Platinum, well, yeah, like I said, Platinum's the first one that helped me really branch out, and then after I played that and beat it, I picked up Heart Gold right after, and then I played that, beat it, loved it. Then picked up, I think mine's Pokemon Black. That one, it's alright, but it's probably my least favorite generation, at least the original, the first Black. I don't know how Black 2 or Black White 2 plays. So, I mean, maybe that one might change my mind. And then Gen 6, I mean, it was okay, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were the better games for that generation, for sure. Ugh. But when Pokemon first came out, though, man, what a time to be alive during that thing. Especially if you were the target demographic for it, like I was. Fuck, you lived and breathed Pokemon for a while. I got I was shrunk, holy shit. That was lucky. Give me the item. Get off the tree, dummy. God, I can't remember what got me into Pokemon. I think the first time I ever heard of it was I saw an episode on TV. It was when, I think it was, the one where he's battling Brock at the gym, so it was one of the earlier ones, but after that, didn't really hear anything about it again until started seeing the cards show up at school, and then one day went to this shop, and then there was this, I guess, like a mom and pop shop selling actual the Japan cards, so where you bought them loosely, I guess, would be the right word to describe it. And then after that, for Christmas I got the games, and then it was kind of history. It's kind of funny with the pads for me when it came to what was popular at the time for school and that. The cards like Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that, I never really got into. It was actually the games. I think it was good. My folks kind of saw them as, I mean, they got me some of them. Fuck, I keep missing while I'm talking. But... oh, fuck off. Over here, they were a lot of money, so I didn't really get too much into them, and honestly, I didn't really care for them much either. They were kind of cool at the time, but for me, it was definitely the games. This is gonna end up being a bronze portrait. Yeah, like I said, I ended up doing it too. It was, when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially as a kid, if you kind of dive into it head first for a couple of years and that's pretty much all you do, you're gonna get burnt out on it sooner or later. I did that for a couple things, where I watched and got into it like almost religiously, and then after a few years, I wouldn't even bother with it for like, Christ, 5 years. I did that with Pokemon, Dragon Ball, South Park even. But it all comes around. I mean, if you really enjoyed something as a kid and you weren't in it just because it was popular at school, even if you take a break from it, you're gonna always have a like for it, and that's one thing I can always say, is that I didn't get into something just because it was popular at the time. And that goes with anything, music, games, TV. But when you take a step back, I don't know, you kind of develop an appreciation for it afterwards. And it's kind of the same thing with Pokemon. I mean, they even got back into the anime a little bit for Gen 6, and I actually enjoyed that quite a bit, even though it was a little, you can tell, not aimed for someone who's in their 20s. Christ, I did really good that round, considering. Wait. Okay, now that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't it have saved if... yeah. I clicked on the wrong fucking save file. Fuck! Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh well, you guys seem to be enjoying it, so I don't mind. I did have this damn thing saved. I saved it on the second fucking list. Yeah, I'm a screw up when it comes to this stuff. Sometimes I'll not notice things. When I'm live anyway, when I'm not live, I'll notice it a lot better, but, fuck, I feel like a dummy. But in a way, it's kind of good, though. I think I only had 1 or 2 people watching the first night I did it, so I was playing Luigi's Mansion, so... In a way, it's kind of cool that you guys are here to be able to watch it properly and have someone to talk to. So... I don't mind redoing 2 sections. Now, as I mentioned in when I did this the other night, this room can actually be missed because you wouldn't think of it as an actual room, but like kind of like a hallway thing because of these ghosts, since these are the only time they appear. But you do want to go after them because the lights will turn on in this area. Not that you're missing much, it's just more money, but it's something that I overlooked quite a few times when I was younger. I think it wasn't until like my 3rd or 4th playthrough of the game where I actually noticed that you can actually do that. So is, I think it's still going good. Is the stream still running fine? Is it skipping or anything? I just ask because I get paranoid because of my connection. Oh, here's our second optional ghost. And don't do what I did, get stuck on the wall. Hey! That's supposed to scream out. You're supposed to fucking hit the punching bag, you dummy. There we go. Oh, that's good. Almost.
Oh yeah.
This one can be a little finicky trying to get this to work and get the key to pop out. No. You little shit. Don't you dare. Oh, you fucker. At least you went into a room that's not locked. Not one, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, we're kind of getting to the point where the boos will start getting higher health and they'll start, well, going to different rooms. It's a little bit annoying, but make do with what I got. And welcome to the chat, Cosmic. Yep, you said that right. Gimme! Whoa, fuck you, Blake. How's your night going for you so far, Cosmic? Everyone here is pretty chill, so feel free to join the conversation and stuff like that. We were just talking about Pokemon, I think, unless we move to some other topic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my all-time favorites, too. Yeah, it's the same time for me here, too, but I usually stay up late to begin with, so... No! Ah, you okay, I guess I'm going in there. Damn it. I hate when that happens. Is that are... that make it, the boos harder to suck up. It's because when they're night, they are. I just learned something new. Luigi, cooperate. What the hell hit me there? Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet. I hear the 3DS version has the European Hidden Mansion on it that actually changed up the second time around when it came to, like, stronger ghosts, different boss fight patterns, stuff like that. So I know sooner or later I'll probably pick that one up. Just to try out the Hidden Mansion.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of the Granny Ghosts, I remember the first time I played that, she drove me up the wall trying to aim those little yarn balls, because they basically made it where if you missed one shot, you had to redo the 3 shots all over again, and it was a pain in the ass. Okay, fly back in. Really trying my patience, boo. Sound like I said boob there. Nope. Oh, I hate you.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta get water. Oh, that was really good. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you on that. But yeah, if you beat Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS, the Hidden Mansion will have the European version of the Hidden Mansion. And from what I hear, it's actually pretty tough. So you might get a kick out of that. Oop. Alright, so this is actually one of the few times where they have you kind of go back to old areas besides collecting booze, so it's kind of cool. Give off that sense of, well, we got some kind of backtracking, because otherwise it's kind of a linear game.
Mario?
But I don't say that as a bad thing. Heal up. Man, from what I hear, it's a pretty good port of the game. It has a few added bells and whistles. Now this part, this one took me forever because I didn't know the trick to it at first. Now what you want to do is take your vacuum and check which ones shake. Well, the little boxes, I mean. They shake, they got one of the brothers in it. If you don't know that and you go in blind, it's possible to do it, but it could take you forever. Nope, get away from the bomb. And I still got burned. How nice. Oh, real nice. Go away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it actually does a little foreshadowing for Dark Moon. That's pretty cool. Okay, I know the boo went into one of these rooms. At least I think it did. Wrong door! Fuck! My bad! Shit. Didn't come in here either, wow. Well, that's one ghost I'm gonna have to stay on the lookout for. Great. I can see where you're coming from, mate. I don't like it as much as I do the first game, but I've also never went back to Dark Moon after I finished it, so it's hard for me to say if I'd have the same issue you're having with it, but that time will come when I actually come back to it, as I'm sure I'll probably play it before Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out. And, hard to say what Luigi's Mansion 3 is going to be looking like, but so far it kind of looks like almost like a blend of the two, which I think if they keep the structure of the first one, where you're not mission-based and constantly being sent out of the mansion every 5 minutes, that'll be pretty good. Get away.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that. I mean, it's... like I said, I liked it when it first came out, but it's... when I haven't gone back to where to remember too much of it, it's actually... I don't want to say if that's like a problem or not, but it's... it's got to speak for something, I guess. Okay, where am I going? I gotta get the fire. Orb anyway, so I guess I'll go back down there. Yeah, I can't wait to see how the third game turns out. It's... honestly, 2019 for the Switch might be a really good year considering what we might be getting. When you think about it, I haven't played Animal Crossing, but I know a lot of people are big on that one. If Luigi's Mansion comes out next year, that'll be cool. Same with Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 if they all come out, so... And then you got Smash Brothers at the end of this year, which... in a way almost kind of bleeds into... the new year, I guess, if you want to say so. I think year 3, I mean, if you don't have a Switch yet, that's gonna probably be the year to get one. Hey! Okay, I'll take it. Oh yeah, Smash definitely. I can't wait for that. I'm just counting the days on that one. God, well, this one's probably gonna take another round. Yeah, that is kind of weird. I mean, I'll probably wait a year or two before I get the upgraded one anyway, but I figured if there was going to be an upgrade to it, it'd probably be at least until 2020 before we saw, like, a new Switch. I'm about, I don't know, I'd say halfway through the main stuff on Zelda Wii U. Well, when I say Wii U, I mean my version of it. I got the Switch version of it, obviously, but... it's one of those games I'll play for a couple days, play for a good while, and then I'll move on to something else and then come back to it afterwards.
Mario.
But I've already said that about other Zeldas. Kind of a habit of mine. Yeah, I completed, suck 'em up. I completed, 2 Divine Beasts so far. And then the rest of the time I was just busy screwing around in the overworld. Doing the shrines and stuff. Oh, definitely. I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, if the games I mentioned, like Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Animal Crossing, and that all come out, Switch is gonna have a really good year in 2019. It's gonna kill my wallet, but it's gonna be a good year. And maybe Red Dead Redemption 2, if that turns out to be pretty good. I know one thing though, the first game I'm getting for 2019 is the Resident Evil 2 remake. Not too many games I get day one nowadays, but that's gonna be one of them. Might as well, they're just robbing it anyway, right? Never got into Kingdom Hearts. I've been considering it, just never happened for me yet. I hear, at least when it comes to the main series, it's really good, so... It's one of those series I'll have to play the games first before I get into that one. Okay, yep, gotta go upstairs now. First I gotta get fire. There we go. But yeah, I mean, in terms of just leisure time and not in terms of the channel, next month will be Pokemon Let's Go. I'll probably get into that for a bit, and then right when I'm finishing that up, I'll be able to play Smash, and then I'll dive in headfirst into that game, probably play it non-stop for a bit. And then right when I've had my fill of that and need a break, Resident Evil 2. Oh, I gotta go in here first. Hey! Oh, I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm guessing it will be. Due to just how big the scope of the game is and how much people are anticipating that game, I think it'll get it just out of, like you said, just out of, I can't even think of the word. I'm blanking on it. I think it'll be cool, though. I love the first one. Well, technically the second one. I played the hell out of that one. I loved Undead Nightmare. Maybe before Halloween's done, or the month's over, maybe I'll do Undead Nightmare. Well, I'm probably gonna check out Donkey Kong, because he was my main from Smash 64 to Brawl, and then I couldn't play for shit for him in Smash 4. That's when my main that game became Lucina, but... Fuck off, really? When it comes to who I'll be attempting to main, I'm sure I'll probably play with Lucina a bit, like I did in Smash 4. I'm definitely going to be trying out K. Rool because for the longest time he was my most wanted newcomer, so I was stoked to see him come in. So I'm sure I'll probably dedicate some time to him, but it's kind of hard to say right now. Depends on who else is getting added. But at the very least, I know I'll probably play a lot of DK, Captain Falcon, and Lucina, and Palutena too. I like playing as her quite a bit too. Yeah, it's and to get Simon in there too. My guess is just Konami probably saw it as an easy, easy money, maybe? Let's see if I get this on the first go. Nope, almost. But I was stoked though, like when at the E3 Direct when he showed off Snake at that point, I did a arm thrust so hard I think I gave myself a Charlie horse. Like I normally don't react like that, but I wanted him back so much for the 4th game, and just when it didn't happen, it was disappointing. So to see him come back, I was like, because out of any character that could have came back, I never thought in a million years he would have. So it was great to see him come back. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, if my internet allows it, maybe I'll bite the bullet and pay for the Nintendo Switch Online service and maybe get a few online matches going with some people. I think that would be pretty fun. Yep, which is actually pretty cool. Not to say I didn't like, but I mean, David Hayter he's so iconic. Smash. So I'm pretty. Alright, well, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I do reviews and little showing the support, Cosmic, and I'll catch you later when I do another stream. We'll see if that helps. I just closed and restarted the stream real quick. Sometimes that helps the bandwidth. So we'll see how it goes. I don't like that I have to do that sometimes, but unfortunately I'm at the mercy of, well, you guys know. Alright, so where do we gotta go now? Upstairs, so I gotta get ice, I believe. So is the stream going okay now, after I restarted it? No, it said on my thing it had the low bandwidth, so it kinda dropped out for a split second or two. I forgot to get the ice. I'm a... Turn, you fucking moron. Walked right past it. Okay, so I'm gonna check something real quick before I go back upstairs. Be nice if that boo respawned at where it was supposed to be. No, I'm gonna have to wait until I go back in. Those guys, don't suck them in or else they'll explode in your vacuum and you'll take damage, and you definitely don't want that. Alright. There you are. Oh, you little shit. These guys are a bit of a pain in the ass due to the fact that they can do that area damage and they hurt. Like that. Slip on a banana peel. Hate when that happens. Sometimes they'll just disappear right away and it'd be a little annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yep, back in there. Alright, so... I guess speaking of Smash, when you guys get the game, who are you looking most forward to playing as in the next game? Nope. There we go. That always has a 50 heart container in there. So if you're in the area and need health, always check there. Alright, time for another boss. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how Cave Roll handles. Been wanting him in the game for a long time, so to see him finally here. That was awesome. I loved his trailer too. survival. 7. Alright. And again, see what happens. So yeah, this guy, once more of them get sucked up, they start to become a little bit more paranoid of you, so once you start flashing out more of the ice, since I'm playing this on the Wii U, I kinda can't shoot out the ice balls very much. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. More times. There we go. I can't go back. Of course, there's one when I walk right into him. Come on. Gotcha. Get up. Ugh. Seriously. Hey. I hate you. Gotcha. That took a little bit longer than what I wanted to. But we got it. That's definitely a bronze. Now, what I do remember about on the Hidden Mansion in the European version is they change it up where Luigi actually rides on the vacuum, making him really slippery. Yeah, that's definitely bronze. Why's he got a silver on that one? Alright, so area 3 done. We're on to the final area. First things first, I'm gonna get some water. And then we're gonna water some of the plants that I was skipping out on. One of the things some people might overlook in this game, if you see plants in this game, water them. Usually they're gonna give you something good. Usually not that good, but something's still good. I'll go and get the ones on the second floor in the first area, since I gotta go down that way anyway. Alright, so... Here's probably the most dangerous part of the game coming up. Gonna grab it? Yes, you are. Okay, good. That. Ironically, those are worth not a lot. It's funny, there's only one of two of those in there, too. Good. Oops. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out for a bit, and it's nice talking to you. And I'll catch you later. Not sure when I'll stream next, but well, I shouldn't say that. I always say it'll be in a couple days, and it'll be like a week or so afterwards. But I'll try and see where I get tomorrow. I might have another one going. But you have a good night.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
There we go. I forget I can't do anything in this. Or maybe... I guess I am doing something. You seriously got broken away from that? Like, come on. Making me look bad on live internet? Come on. It's locked. Go, go, go. Bullshit. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some water. And I did the wrong door again, like I... It's because I'm not paying attention. That's what I wanted to get. No, I'm not here. As I say that, and I get hit. Never mind, I'm a liar. This guy, you just gotta look away from him until he decides to do his little bleh, like that. Get him into a corner like that, in most cases you've got him. This is also, too, when the blackout happens, this is actually a good time if you've missed any blue speedster ghosts or golden mice to get any money. So keep that in mind if you ever play this game. slide down there. Jesus Christ. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the basement. It's weird because they have this, it's originally not locked in a previous area, but they lock it here for some reason. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I know there's a speedster ghost in here. Oh well. Actually, no. I'm gonna leave you for now. I can't get anywhere down here. Well. Nah, we'll chance it. Do that, so they fly back in there. Don't bother trying to catch them in those hallways. Like I said, even though I learned that it's the darkness that makes their health drain low, it's even still, it's hallways, it's a pain in the ass because you don't want them running in like that. Okay, so where am I going? Upstairs? Yeah. First, I want to water that plant that I missed. Another cool detail that they added in, if you walk by a door and Luigi looks at it, it's a fake door. Something that's easily missable, but it's a nice little touch.
Mario.
Alright, let's get to the third floor again. It's kind of one of the things about Area 4. It kind of sucks. It's a lot of back and forth. Okay. Nope, got it in here. Let's just make sure. Because I know I missed a couple boos in the last part.
Mario.
Actually, go back. Might be that room. Nothing in here either. Wow. And that's the one thing about the boos that can be a pain in the ass later on in the game. Is you gotta have a certain amount of them to get to the final boss. And if you don't know, if you missed a couple, well, you could be doing a good amount of hunting for it. Nope, get off the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. Got you this time. Yeah, and I know, and you'll probably tell me a couple more times collecting these things. That's another thing. I mean, it's okay in a sense because it allows you to save at any time, but it's also a little bit annoying having to constantly be interrupted like that.
Mario.
Which room is that? The one that was just in. There we go. Okay, so... Alright. We've got him in here. Nice. Sometimes miss that one. Okay. Which door again? Now I can properly do this room. Yeah, I don't think there's any elements in here that I have to worry about. Nothing there. Definitely in there, though. Another one of those optional rooms. Yeah, so, like I was mentioning earlier, these guys get to pretty ridiculous levels in terms of health, and it turns into a lot of this. In and out, in and out. And then when it pulls crap like that, yeah, not a fan. Wouldn't get it. If it goes back into that dark room, then I'm just gonna wait. Better off just to deal with those ghost soldiers first. Wait, did you fly into the other room? Yes, you did. Nice. Okay. Okay, I'm not worrying about him anymore for a while. Trick to set these guys off is to set them little clocks off. These guys can be a bit of a pain. Fact is, you gotta take out all of them. To begin with sucks. But they can interrupt your, Well, I had all of them, holy hell. No wonder I wasn't able to do much. I believe the blue one is the one that has the pearls. Ah, and you walk right into it, jackass. Not much you can do about that when you're shrunk. But I got the big pearl, so I'm not complaining. I think as long as you get the big pearl, you'll get a gold portrait. No matter what. I could be wrong on that, so don't just take that at face value. Come on, I know you're around here somewhere. Okay, like... There's 300. You gonna grab onto him? Pretty sure there's nothing else in here, but sometimes it'll still flash even if, yeah, like if there's just a decoys. So, I'm just gonna play a little bit of back and forth because I want to get at least one of these guys up here. Glad at least he went in there. Fucker. And that's why the booze. Don't mind the concept. Execution near the end, though, sucks. The whole thing is, it's not like they're hard, it's just tedious after a while. So where am I going next? Did I not grab the key in that room? Okay. Oh, yeah. Duh. Gotta go to the roof. Alright, you have a good sleep, man. Catch you later. Hopefully I don't get pissed off or something and start screaming and wake you up. No, something real cheap will have to happen for that, for me to do that, but thanks for coming by, and I'll catch you later. obviously.
Oh yeah.
No. This next hidden room, practically no one, I don't think anyone would actually miss it. I don't think you can miss it, actually. Yeah, because I think there's a key in this room. Yeah, thanks, man. You have a good night, too. Damn it. No! Yeah, so I was right. This room is mandatory. Surprisingly, no ghosts in this room, though. Or, I mean, no boo, I should say.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sure, not missing anything other than that chandelier. We're good to go. Trick. That could be kind of bad for some people. Drown, you little fucker. Okay, I don't care where you fly in, just go back in there yet. Nine more. time to wet the bed. Even to this day, that sound effect they use for the talking with the still kind of creeps me out. Probably not. Oh, got him though. This might actually happen. Not like that, no. Jinxed myself. On the hidden mansion here, I would have got it though.
Oh yeah.
That's always swell. Where did you go? Nope, go back. Might as well grab it now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, get back in there.
Mario.
This will get it on the next one though. I haven't did it on this one. Okay, so which way am I going? Upstairs.
Yeah. Mario.
This guy's always seen the break free. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They're in... First, and if I can get into that room, I'll deal with him first and then go take care of the boo. That way I don't have to deal with that back and forth, and yeah, I can go in there. Now in this room, you just gotta shake his things a bunch of times. Okay. This little game isn't too hard. So wherever he appears, freeze him. And I almost fucked up the first one right there. And he gets a little bit faster. Nothing too taxing, it's just... No, I might actually get this guy in one go. No. Almost. I think it was like 1 point off from that big pearl. It sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, this room can suck for this. Just don't fly into that one room. I'm not able to get in there yet. Damn it! That room. Oh, I hate catching ghosts in that room because of that little. I have a feeling this. Yeah, because this room's gonna have another one in here. So it's not another.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 200. Still a pain in the ass, but not as bad as 300. And this is why the final part is probably as long as it is, because I spend so much time just back and forth, back and forth. Motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Mario.
And this is probably why not too many people speedrun Luigi's Mansion. Come on. Unfucking boot. Finally.
不思議だソイソーフ夫ま種の先ヤマンバ
Yeah, got everything in here. Good. So where am I headed to now? Basement. I'm pretty sure it's gonna keep me under the basement for a little while. So I gotta come back up here for one more thing. And hey, who knows, maybe the ghosts will be respawned down there. I doubt it, but never know. Let's check right now. No. That means there's gonna be two of them in the next room I'm in. Which one is it? This one. This one took me a little while to figure out. Freeze the ice. Actually, or freeze the ice. Freeze the water. That one actually didn't click with me for a first little bit. deal with the other room first. And then I'll get these final blues down here. I don't think I'm missing anything. Because if the final two are in each room, then I'm good to go. This one, I don't think he has a huge pullback like some of those things do, but the ice and the icicles make this fight a hell of a lot harder than it used to be. I think this is pretty much one of those goes where if you want the gold portrait, you're doing it on the Hidden Mansion because Luigi has more pull on his suckage. Key. Yeah, fuck off. Hopefully I'll get him in this one. Like that. Oh, great, 300 points. I hate these. That was a good one. See, when it goes like that, that actually feels nice. You get like a huge chunk of it off in one go. It's when you're constantly doing the back and forth is when it... You just know. Wait a minute. I was about to say, there's another one in here. There's one. Only me. Grab it? Yes, good. It's just love watching me screw up like this, but oh well. Part of the fun. Alright, back to the top floor.
Oh yeah.
Gonna have to heal soon too. It's coming up to like a little bit of a enemy rush. And one more, and then do another bit of chasing for that final boo, and then we'll finishing this off. Not bad for someone who screwed up the live stream and clicked on the wrong save file, thinking that I didn't save when in actuality I did. But I'm not complaining too much though, and still had fun with it. That's what I want to see. Why do you keep walking into him, you dummy? These guys are gonna be a bit of trouble. How did I not get hit by that? I believe in the Hidden Mansion, instead of 3, it's 5 for, well, I mean the Hidden Mansion European version. Yeah, 5 instead of 3. Which I'm surprised at how well I'm doing. Actually making this look a hell of a lot easier than what it is. I mean, it's not the most difficult thing, but... I did that way too good. Go. I just gotta deal with this final boo and then boss time. Oh, shit. That was an awkward one. At least this one seems to be cooperating a little in the sense of just going back into that room. Cooperating when you pull that shit, though. I think that heart piece is having a seizure. And that's your reward for getting all 50 boos. Is that gem piece worth 20 million? That's why not really mandatory to go after all the boos. You gotta get a certain amount, but it's only if you want to go for that A rank you go for it all. Oops. So we're gonna heal up, and then we're gonna finish this up. Really difficult, don't you? First things first. I'm gonna save just in case I somehow die. I doubt I will, but stranger things have happened. Alright, well, let's do it. What will happen here is if you don't have enough boos, King Boo will appear out here and send you flying all the way back to the beginning of the mansion. Otherwise, you're pretty much good to go here. I forget the total number you need. I think it's like 40. I could be wrong, but... And... that's something a lot of people could easily miss, so don't. Same with that. And I might have fucked it up. I don't know if those have anything in there. They might, but too late now. first time playing this game, Bowser actually gave me quite a bit of trouble. Nowadays, I usually am pretty competent with it, but back then, holy hell. Bet you I had to go through it like 4 or 5 times before I finally got it. Trick here is just keep moving. And you won't get nailed with his cross breath, and you definitely don't want that to happen, or else you're gonna be immobile and might do some other nasty stuff. What for sure you'd do is backwards head thing. We'll see in a bit. Set it up. Happens, he pretty much goes nutso and you can't see properly. Sometimes it can be good though, because you'll destroy those pillars, and sometimes they'll have hearts in it. Okay, well, this should be it. There we go.
Luigi. Oya ma, Luigi gun Veggie. Odo, same otoma ni. Oya, oya ma, teihei ni. Umaka, teihei no jibigagi. Umaka, soito, teihei, su, otoma, poe. Jiji, suku, si teihei, su, oya, ni.
Oh yeah.
Omega, Luigi, Odo.
Yeah, well, it technically lasts me 2 since I had to do half of the game over, buddy.
Oh yeah.
No, that's my fault. Let's see how I did. I'm curious if I got the A rank or not. I know I got the B at least, but I'm really interested to see how this turns out. Got a silver on that. It's my fault though, because I got hit. I was being reckless. Probably gonna be all. I only got 1. And 2. Oh yeah. Good. Not good. I can't complain about that. I think I got an A rank. This is hands down, to me, one of the best endings ever for a Mario game. Easily.
Mamma mia. Oh.
And this right here is why it's, to me, one of the best endings for a Mario game ever. That reaction is just feels so real to me. You can see the tears coming down, but you can see how close they are. The fact that he might have almost lost his brother forever, and yet you can still laugh at his misery a little bit. I don't know, for me that would be something in my family would happen. Worst could happen and then do something goofy and you'd still laugh even at the breaking point of things. But, oh, didn't, no. That was Luigi's Mansion. Did more than what I was expecting to. I wasn't expecting to play until 20 after 3 in the morning, but you know what, I didn't mind having to in ways to screw up and doing half of the mansion over again. Kind of a blessing, because I got to talk to some people, had a good time, talking about Smash, Pokemon, other things. It was pretty fun. And it's why doing live streams is, to me, it's the best part. Getting to talk with you guys, because I don't have anyone to talk to while doing this. It's fucking boring. But I think I'm done for tonight. So you guys, if you watch this at a later date or whatever, and well, I'm rambling, so this was another DBG at night. Thanks again for watching, and take care, and I'll catch you next time. Or, no, shit. Gotta wait until I just gotta see what my rank is. Guess you're putting up with me for another couple minutes. So, I guess we can talk about Luigi's Mansion 3 a bit. What I kind of hope for is, to me, I mean, the atmosphere would have been cool if it was like the original, but I had a feeling they weren't gonna do that. Because, you know, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was so recent, but to me, I don't mind the look of it either way. I like both. They have their pros and cons. To me, the biggest thing is, though, I want it to be a situation where the structure of the game is like the first one, where you get to explore the mansion more at your leisure, and that kind of cool stuff. Not like this Dark Moon where it's like mission-based and you're constantly being taken out of the mansion. But, got an A rank. Did it again. I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought I was going to be under it, but managed to do it. So, now this is definitely the time where I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Take care.